Hi, everyone. I am Linda Welbrock, the founder and CEO of Leading Women Entrepreneurs. And we have an extremely innovative woman in the tech world that we are so excited to interview today to share her story of success. Kimberly Salerno is the Vice President of Quality Engineering at WW International. Welcome, Kim, and thank you so much for your time, and congratulations again on being named a top 25 leading woman.
Thank you, Linda. I'm so happy to see you virtually, and I'm happy to be here. I'm so honored that I get to be included in this amazing group of people that you've identified.
You're so welcome. Our pleasure. So let's start with what exactly is the mission of WW?
So at WW, our purpose and our mission is to help people build healthy habits for real life. So for people, for families, really for everyone.
Great. And why have you made it a priority at WW to hire more women and build a diverse teams? You've made building diverse teams a priority.
Yes, absolutely. So the short of it is that tech jobs are good jobs and women need good paying jobs. It was really something that Reshma Saujani, the founder of Girls Who Code, said. It really connected the dots for me when she said something like, if women are going to pay the mortgage and put food on the table, then we better make sure that they have access to good paying jobs. And tech jobs are good paying jobs. And, right now there's an abundance of tech jobs. I know a lot of organizations are hiring. We're hiring here at WW. The skill set is in demand. And there are a lot of extremely talented women in tech that should be afforded these opportunities.
That's definitely the truth. I'm excited to hear you speak of Reshma. She was actually one of our keynotes several years ago. And she's such an inspirational leader, and she's impacted so many young future tech girls through her platform, Girls Who Code. So it's nice to hear that there's a connection with her and WW and you.
Yeah, so inspiring. She came here to speak to us here in the office, and I've worked with Girls Who Code for a few years. We have a great partnership with Girls Who Code, so she's definitely someone that I consider to be an inspiration.
Yeah, so tell me, what has surprised you most around today's talent as a leader in the tech space?
One of the things that really surprised me was the amount of trepidation there is amongst young people around really getting started in tech. So we mentioned Reshma and the Girls Who Code and WW partnership. I love working with this organization because it really keeps me connected to what is top of mind for young people that are really just getting started in their career in tech. And many of the questions that we were getting from the girls in this year's program were around making mistakes and getting things wrong. Like, what happens if you don't answer a question properly in the interview process? Or what if you have to submit a coding sample and you make a mistake or there's a bug in your code? Really a lot of fear and worry around not being good enough, that imposter syndrome that we all experience. So what that really got me thinking about is how many women we may be missing out on because they may be afraid to take that first step of applying for a tech job or doing a coding exercise as part of the interview. So, we really are taking a look at, how do we have more inclusive language in our job description so we can hopefully attract more women and girls to apply for our positions. That's something that's really top of mind for us here, and something that I've been working with our hiring managers and our recruiters on. And the advice that I would say is just apply, take that chance, right? Apply, do your research about a company, make sure that you really want to be there, but take the chance and apply for the job. I love this. We were talking to the girls and we mentioned this quote. I think it's a Wayne Gretzky quote, right? It's, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. right? So the worst that could happen is you apply for a role and maybe you don't get a call about it. Maybe you don't get the interview, but you never know unless you try. And you never know what on your resume or what part of your narrative is really going to spark that interest with a hiring manager or with a recruiter to really get your foot in the door. So it may be a hobby that you have. I'm thinking about my team. You know, it may be puzzling is your hobby, or knitting, or it may be that you speak a second language. There are so many interesting things that candidates can put on the resume that may just be that one thing that sparks that interest and then gets you in the door.
Yeah, great advice. And I have to tell you, I mean, it's a problem and a challenge with, you know, young women of the next generation. And it still is a problem for, you know, women all the way through. And our organization has done lots of different events and studies around, you know, that mindset and building confidence around that. And half the battle is asking, like you said, taking the shot. So maybe more than half the battle, actually.
Yep.
So let's shift gears. How has the pandemic impacted you and changed the way that you're leading this organization?
Oh, that's a great question. I definitely think that the pandemic has made me more flexible in my leadership style. Prior to the pandemic, I was mostly working from the office. I'm an office person, clearly. You can see I'm in the New York office right now. I like face-to-face communication. I like seeing my colleagues and having those really organic conversations in the hallways. And I also think that there was a little bit of fear baked in around, you know, productivity. Like, are we going to be as productive at home as we are from the office? And, you know, during the pandemic, what I realized is I don't really have to worry about my team being less productive. I think that is a common fear amongst a lot of people leaders, but it hasn't been an issue since the world went remote. You know, I think about, you know, my team, the team that I've hired, and they're a team of great people. And we're really all galvanized around that WW mission, you know, that single purpose. And when those two things are in alignment, when we have the integrity of the people on my team and the alignment around WW's mission to help build healthy habits, I'm actually having the opposite problem right now, where I'm having conversations with our people team about helping my team create more separation between work and life, to have more balance, to take advantage of perks that we have here at WW, like Flex Fridays, right? Which is basically a summer Friday, but all year round. So I'm actually finding that people are working more. So it's harder to have that delineation between work and life, which I realized in retrospect, like, may have been part of the reason why I liked coming to the office, because I have my home life, then I come to the office, I have my work life here, and then I go back home again. So I would say that the pandemic has definitely made my leadership style more flexible. And for me as a people leader, has made me more open to different and less traditional work paradigms.
Yeah, well, that's refreshing to hear. And I think, you know, as long as people are in alignment that you know, are on your team, then everything sort of falls into place. And you use that word and the word integrity, and you can't go wrong when you're surrounded with people that have both of those things. So congratulations to you, because, you know, obviously you're leading this charge there, and that's amazing to hear. And your work is just representative of what so many women kind of dream to be in the tech world. So congratulations on that work. And we can't wait to celebrate you and WW on October 28th as a top 25 leading woman.
Thank you, Linda. I'm so happy to talk to you, and I'm really honored to be a part of this organization.